Now the Connection Puzzle radio show on CosmicBroadcasting.com and the Cosmic Broadcasting app.
Welcome to the Connection Puzzle Radio Show. I'm your host, Stacey Kline. Today, I have the pleasure of having two brothers who are the new upcoming musical sensation of Kohn. And let me just introduce you. I have Kohner Rice and Brandon Rice. Hey, guys, welcome.
How are you? Thanks for having us.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm so excited that you guys are here in the studio with me.
We're excited to be here. That's
Together,
how brothers
right?
talk, right there.
Yeah,
In unison, almost harmony.
I know it. I love it.
Very happy to be here. Very happy to be here.
So let me ask you guys, how are you enjoying your stay here in Denver?
We're enjoying it. It's very different. The altitude is just...
It's very different, yeah. I feel like my head's about to implode.
Oh, please don't, not here.
Somebody's crushing it.
Yeah. I won't do that on your carpet. That would cause a mess.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're enjoying it. Denver's treating us very well, you know, as are you.
It's very beautiful here.
Yeah, scenically, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I can't... Every time I'm in the car, I'm like, hold on, let me get my camera out. I got to take a video of these mountains. I've never seen mountains this big before.
Right.
Look at that one. That one's above the clouds.
And you guys are originally from Pennsylvania, correct?
We are.
Yes.
Yeah.
From
and we have some mountains there, but they're hills in comparison.
Oh.
I thought I've seen mountains before.
I see Len laughing.
Apparently, I've never seen mountains before. Yeah.
All right, so guys, tell the audience about, you know, you guys and your background and all that. So who wants to start?
I'll start. Well, we're two brothers. My name's Kohner, and I was starting out doing this kind of hip-hop thing, and I decided to make it a little bit more in the pop direction, and when I did that, I got my brother involved here. He was doing music for years, like since he was like 12 years old, and I wasn't doing music at all. And I come from a whole family of 8 people, 6 kids, where all 6 of us, minus my little sister, are musically talented, and I was one of them who wasn't.
I think the little sister is musically talented. Yeah. She's just shy.
Is she shy?
Yeah, she's holding back on us.
Well, how can you be shy when you could sing?
Well, I think it's intimidating, maybe.
Yeah.
With everything else that goes on.
We're going to get it out of her.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Definitely.
So we were, so I was one of the ones who didn't do anything, and I decided eventually to start making music, and it was this, like I said, hip-hop kind of stuff. And the pop side of it came out when I brought Brandon in, and we started making music, and we both realized that the music that we can make together is far better than the music we can make separately. And so we made one song together and realized how good it was, and from there, that was kind of our model. It was just him and I in a room together with a beat, 3 in the morning in our kitchen, writing our music on paper plates.
Nice. I like that.
And see, I come from, my background started with more rock music, because I'm a guitar player as well. So my sister and I and my other brother, the one that you're not meeting here, we all had an alternative rock band back when we were 15, 16 years old. So when he came to me with a pop act, it was exciting that it was different, but also challenging that it was different. I had to put myself in a completely different mindset in order to write completely different, you know, genre of music. So I think that being back in the studio was seriously very exciting for me. I was so happy to get back into music because my career as a hairstylist kind of took over, and it was more so just about getting myself established as a person. And, you know, my love for music always remained, but it kind of took the back seat. So it was, you know, very good, and I was happy that Kohner approached me in order to kind of, you know, reignite that fire and get us back into doing what we love doing and what we're best at doing. So yeah, you know, he and I just kind of listened to some beats and some music, and you know, I tried my best to put on a few pop hooks on those, and apparently, you know, they're working. And you know, it's been crazy and fun ever since the first day we started.
And let me ask you, Brandon, so you were pretty much a rock star, right?
I would like to think so.
Oh, come on, you know you were. And so how do you get your mindset going from rock to pop? Because I would think it's very difficult.
It was very difficult, and you know what, I've always had a love for all types of music. So even being in the rock genre, it wasn't that I didn't like pop or I didn't listen to pop. I've always taken in, all different types of genre, including classical music, things like that. So for me, it was challenging in a way to just take myself out of the rock world and put it into the pop world, but I wasn't opposed to it. It was more of an excitement, like it was a challenge. Let's see if I can do this. You know what I mean? So it was a challenge, but it was a good challenge, and I think that it pushed me to be a better musician. I feel like I'm a little bit more well-rounded now as far as a songwriter goes, and a recording artist.
And there were elements of pop there was pop songs and stuff that he really liked that really helped us with what we were doing. There were songs over the years that we took and we, were inspired by and were influenced by, and we shaped that into what our sound would be.
And Kohner and I are also very good at studying success and kind of taking a little bit of notes from everybody, piecing them together and seeing if we can come up with something that's just a little bit more our own. But, he and I both are heavily, heavily influenced by, like, Michael Jackson and Prince. You know what I mean? So
good guys.
Those influences come out heavily, but, it's like I can be heavily influenced by Prince at the same time, Guns N' Roses and, Lenny Kravitz and things like that are just, also huge influences of mine. So you see little bits of all of those come out in the music, I think.
That's great.
Yeah.
And who do you always looked up to as a musician?
Well, Michael's my all-time favorite. Jackson 5, Michael Jackson and then Prince. Brandon's favorite's Prince, mine's Michael. But it's so different. Like, I'm influenced so much by Michael, but I don't think my music is necessarily so influenced by Michael. I think that my music is influenced by maybe Black Eyed Peas, Gym Class Heroes, and then accumulation of so many things I've heard over the years, small subtle things that we've integrated into our sound, but then still trying to make it our own.
And
at the end of the day,
do.
It has to be a Kohn product.
We get the comparison, just based on demographic alone of Justin Bieber and One Direction, things like that. And we're fine with that, you know what I mean? Because obviously they've paved a way, that works. But our goal is to take all of those influences, a little bit of each one of those, and come out with something, hopefully, that we can't compare to anything else. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what you mean. And sometimes, is it hard to, like once you're there and you're writing and then you start, putting the music together, do you find yourself sometimes to go in a direction where you're like, oh, that kind of sounds like Michael Jackson. Let's kind of break it down a little bit and not be so much?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been times where, I've hummed a melody or sang a melody, and then immediately after I'm like, that's something. I don't know what it is, but that's already something. So it just came to me subconsciously, let's change that, or let's just do it a little bit differently, because, like you said, we don't want to have it, we want to be influenced, but we're not trying to make it so much like something else that you listen to it and you're like, isn't that another song with different words?
Right.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
We want one day to be able to have people talking the same way that we're talking about our influences, and be influenced by us and say, well, Kohn was a really cool sound when that came out, and that was very different, and this is a huge influence for us, and this is what we based our music off of and stuff.
And I like, I listen to some of your videos, and I like it because you do have your own style. Because, if you look back, like the Boys to Men and some of the other groups, and each of them have their own style.
Right.
And I just love the fact that you guys know what your style is, and you're continuing along that path.
Right. Well, I think... Go ahead. I think, as far as, our style is so much more than just our music. We have our own musical style, which I do think is different and stuff. But then, if you looked at us, you would never assume
it's more so rock stars, disguised as pop stars. You know what I mean?
Yes, I agree.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's cool. You know what I mean? And I think that's a little bit different, because everything that's current right now is strictly one or the other. You know what I mean? So,
oh no.
We have talks all the time where I want to continue in the new, music that we put out. I want to continue to bridge those two gaps, because I think that that's important.
So when you guys sit down and you're writing lyrics, you guys write them together.
Yes.
And then is one of you more the influence on the type of beat?
We listened to the beat together. I think that the beat, earlier on, the beat was more so his decision.
Okay.
And the sound was more so his decision. He would bring it to me, and I would say, yeah, I like that, or no, I don't like that. Now we kind of sit down, and we actually have custom beats made for us. So we have a lot more control on what the sound is. We'll send, guitar clips to our, guy that produces our beats for us, and say we want to go with something like this. This is the chord progression. This is the BPM that we need, and then we get back the beat that we want. So originally, it was more so him. Now it's kind of a group decision. And then, as far as lyrics are concerned or melodies are concerned, it's kind of a group effort.
It's always a collaborative thing. It's like, it's very laid back. It's just us sitting in a room bouncing ideas off of each other.
And most of the time we can't even concentrate because we're joking so much. And then in that joking, we'll say something, we'll be like, that sounded good, why don't you go with something like that? Or there's been times where I listen to the beat and I sit there for 5 minutes and I have it. You know what I mean? So it's always different. I can't even tell you, there's so many times that he says, I need you at the studio in an hour. You know what I mean? We're writing to this new song, and I say I don't have anything written to this new song. So,
but we still walk out of the studio with a song.
Right. Yeah, that's great.
I jump in the shower to hurry up and get ready to go to the studio. By the time I'm out of the shower, I have to hurry up and get out and write my chorus down because it all came to me so quickly. So it's always different.
Do you guys ever have your ideas come in the middle of the night? That's what happens to me. And then I have to wake up, and then I have to drag myself out of bed and and writing them down,
right. See, I have a problem where Kohner makes fun of me. Kohner types all his lyrics out.
Oh.
I can't type any of my lyrics. I have to write my lyrics. So I literally have paper plates and napkins. If I was sitting here, I would steal that piece of paper if I had an idea, turn it over, and write on it with your lipstick. You know what I mean? It's just whenever it comes to me, I need whatever's near me, but I need to physically write it.
I'm on voice memos and my computer. Things will come to me when I'm listening to the beats and stuff, and if I have nothing around, I'll just get my phone and record the melody, whatever it is, or the words that are coming to me. Most of the time with verses and stuff, I get the melodies down first and then have to put words to it later. So
okay.
It's always a different process, but
I blame that on me being older than him. I grew up when we used to use pens and pencils and things like that. So
right. And now there's the computers.
Right.
But what you said before about with the beats and who has more influence, I think that on a side note, it's really nice to have as much creative control as we do. A lot of the acts stuff that we've talked about in this conversation, don't write their own music or don't have such a heavy hand in the creative process. And being able to have that is probably the reason that this act is doing well and is different and is as stylish and upcoming as we are, is because it's not a fabrication of anything else. It's just him and I in a room together doing what we do.
It just so happens to be working.
Right.
And you guys get along as brothers, I could tell.
Sometimes.
Sometimes it's hard working for family or with them,
Well, he and I are stuck in a hotel room with each other for a week. And, it's good because we can scream at each other and get it out and then be okay after that. So, we don't really know anything other than working with family as far as our music is concerned. I've worked with, like I said, my sisters, my brothers, and things like that. So sometimes when we bring in a stranger, it's like a little bit, I either come off too harsh because I'm used to being very open when it comes to my music. And if something sucks, I'm not afraid to say, that sounds like shit, let's redo that,
Sound like me.
Yeah, right? You gotta be that way,
And let me ask you guys, so you guys have that, I was looking at your video.
Sure.
Is that on the Jersey Shore that you guys did?
Yeah, I did. I was up at 3. I think I still have the alarm on my phone. So I was up at 3:45 on. We were on vacation at Wildwood.
Yeah, we just happened to be on family vacation.
Really?
Yeah.
And I had my videographer, who's one of my friends, actually came and shot that, and we got that whole shot, my whole half of the song done in 4 hours, and then
And where was it? Was it
Wildwood
Wildwood?
Crest? Yeah. So that's where The Life was shot, and then half of it was there and half of it was New York City.
Right.
We wanted to give the vibe that The Life is a song about chasing whatever, in my specific situation, our specific situation, it's about chasing the life, all the cool things about being a successful musician. And so we were trying to portray it like two different people, him and I, in two completely different situations, in two different settings, chasing the same thing. So we were trying to give it that almost East Coast, West Coast vibe of the peaceful shore and then New York City, but
we're still after the same thing.
Exactly.
Well, and I like that because I actually caught on to that.
Yeah, right. Which is great.
Which is really great. And the fact is, it's like you're also trying to tell them, the audience, that, what, we're brothers, but we're completely opposites.
We are.
Right.
And we definitely both bring two different things to the table. I mean, even just having a conversation with us, you can tell that we are similar but different. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I think that when it comes to writing music and performing, even down to the music videos, he does things that I could never do, and I'd like to think that I do things that he can. I know I can do things that he can never do. But, I don't know if he'll admit it.
So, do any of you guys dance?
I want to, but I don't. It's like one of those things that, like, I say I want to, but in the back of my mind, I probably know I can't.
It goes along with, I think we've had conversations before with, we want to remain as true to us as we possibly can. He and I are not dancers, okay? So I'm not going to get up in front of you or anybody else and pretend like I am. I can sing, and I can play guitar, and I can write music, so that's what I'm going to do. I think that we do a good job of making it entertaining as far as our live shows are concerned, regardless of whether or not we can dance. You know what I mean? And there have been people that are doing that currently, and we just don't want to get caught up in the typical boy band choreographed
I
dancing.
hope not,
because that's not,
because it's not us.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and we don't want to fake it.
It's not what we bring to the table. What we bring to the table is very it's what we do, and the live show, like he said before, it's entertaining, and it's just something that we don't have to dance. We could.
Right.
We have other stuff.
It's more important to us, like interacting with our fans is more important to us than anything.
Right.
So we've done shows where we put just a little narrow walkway out into the middle of the crowd, and then it's more just about interacting with those people, being able to slap their hands and see the interactions and things, and not just stand up on stage and do a bunch of robotic dance moves.
I get it.
Yeah.
So my next question is, so do you got any wild and crazy stories from fans and good girls?
We
had our first mobbing situation.
Yeah.
Really, I want to hear about it.
Not long ago.
Yeah.
Tell me.
It was at the middle school that I went to middle school at. I had to go and do a show there. I got to go and do a show there. I didn't have to. And there was a mob scene of girls. We had free T-shirts that we were giving out to girls who had downloaded the music and could prove it with their phones.
Oh, neat.
So we were giving them T-shirts, and it quickly became a scene of not being able to move for an hour.
Right,
because
backed into a corner.
Into a corner. And we had girls
crying,
passing out.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was that was the first moment of oh my God.
This is real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm looking around for help. You know what I mean?
Seriously, it was it
was really cool, and they all wanted. It was can you sign my forehead?
Yeah,
They
you know
were
what I
doing
mean.
that?
Oh yeah, it was
and I didn't do it, of course, because I was no, your parents are gonna kill me.
I heard a girl. She was like, "Could you sign my jeans?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And she's like, "My dad's gonna kill me, but I don't care."
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like,
Can you sign my iPhone? Can you sign my iPod?
we signed the weirdest stuff that day.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
It's crazy. It really is.
I mean,
But
what a crazy life. I mean, just having that.
Yeah. I mean, just even this, you know what I mean? Just being able to go to a city that we've never been to, meet a bunch of new people, have the opportunity to record, music videos and be on the show and, things like that. I sometimes, on our ride here, I'm like, this is so cool. You know what I mean? It's a blessing. It really is a blessing.
And for me, it was, and I know certainly for Brandon, because his work ethic is better than mine.
That's for damn
when it
sure.
comes to certain things. We like we both worked really hard to get here, not just with, you know, we didn't just go into a studio and luck out with this stuff. It was to even get into the studio, to pay for it. I was, you know, bussing tables and working at a bar in the night hours and, you know, mopping up puke and the whole deal. So it's, you know, being able to be here with you guys, and I'm, you know, it's a really grateful, you know, we're really...
And it's my job to remind him that the work is not over yet.
No, it's not.
It's just beginning, you know? I'm like, it's cool. Sit back and enjoy, you know, what you've done, but just wait.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I can't wait to see you guys.
No, I can't wait for you to see us either.
And you better invite me to your concerts.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
So when you guys go to these, you perform, so do you guys have security guards? I mean, what do you have?
No. I mean,
no?
We
You just go?
No, I mean, we always have our crew with us. We've always got a large posse, and that's mainly because, you know, we come from such a large family, but, you know, we have Brian and Dee and Barry and, you know, all of our supporters with us, and, you know, I'm not, you know, I think if Brian had to throw down, he would.
Oh yeah, you know? Brian would. So, come on, we'd like to see that.
Yeah, so, you know, we just built-in security.
Yeah.
For now.
What does your parents think of all of this?
My parents have always been super supportive of my artistic, you know, side, and I think that it's partly because my father was always the same. My mom is really not too into the music, but she's still very supportive. I think that when I came to my parents at such an early age, and I was like, "Listen, I don't want to do the traditional, you know, schooling, blah blah blah. I want to be a rock star." It was like any other parent would be like, "Oh my God," you know.
I know. What happened
and I'm
to my
sure
child?
that they still have moments of that, but they've always pushed us. You know, sometimes, you know, to the point where it was like, this music that you guys are making isn't that good. You know what I mean? Let's, you know, I don't want you to release that. Why don't you think about it and go back and re-record? And we do, and, you know, we definitely value their opinion, but they've been great. The whole family has been.
Yeah, like going down that road that he said of not the typical, you know, just going high school to college and, you know, doing all the stuff you're supposed to do. It's not easy, and, you know, I know for me it was really hard going from high school, and I was doing the music stuff by myself when my whole senior year of high school. I performed like 53 shows that year.
Nice.
I would do benefits, I'd do anything I could do just to get a little bit more experience, and it was really hard to go from, like, high school and not go to college, see all my friends go away, and, you know, I'd go to graduation parties and have friends' parents be like, you know, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just, you know, working on my music, and they, you know, it's just, it comes off as like not a very productive thing, and it's just so rewarding now to be able to
show something for it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people don't understand it. When you have that passion for something and that you want to do, you're going to work your ass off.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, why should you be going to college if it's not for you?
Well, I went to college for a year before I decided to do hair, and it was just that. I mean, it's not that we disagree with that route; it just wasn't for us. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think that we both hold a lot of value and a lot of pride in the fact that we can be so passionate about something but have it pay off now. You know what I mean? That's very rewarding. And it pushes us to work, you know, even harder every single day. The whole ride here, we talked about, you know, what we're doing tonight and what we can do tomorrow and what we can do the next day. And I think that that's what's going to keep us ahead of it.
I agree right there. Let's go to commercial. All right, Len? All right, we'll be right back.
Range Auto Glass will beat any price quote and uses only top-notch OEM glass. Glass Tech Travis has over 15 years experience and is mobile, so you don't have to change your day to change your windshield. Front Range Auto Glass gives you a lifetime guarantee on labor and all auto glass without an impact point. Call to schedule your appointment on 330-3205. That's 330-3205. Or leave a note on Facebook.com/Front Range Auto Glass. A tiny chip in your windshield could quickly lead to a complete cracked windshield, so don't delay and replace it today. Broken windshield? No worries. Front Range Auto Glass won't break your budget.
Hi, I'm Vicki Graham, host of the show The Animal House, Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Mountain, right here on Cosmic Broadcasting. I am the founder of Codes for Canines, the owner of 7 dogs, 2 ferrets, 1 husband, and a 21-year-old child. Is she really a child? No, but just work with me here, okay? The Animal House will be a show all about, well, animals. Any and all of our 4-legged friends. Not that we count out birds or anything. You're despicable. What makes me qualified to do this show? Well, a little bit of experience, love, passion, commitment, knowledge, and probably more kisses from things that lick their butts in one day than most. Guests will include nonprofits, veterinarians, trainers, and other animal-related businesses. So if you have a pet, this is a show for you. Call the show at 719-362-8851 or 8852. This house will get crazy at times, but that is the way we like it. The best part is that you're invited. The Animal House, every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on Cosmic Broadcasting.
Advertisers are always welcome here at Cosmic Broadcasting. If you would like to advertise your product with us, call 1-866-615-6889. Hey guys, this is Len Williams of Cosmic Broadcasting, and if you've ever had an issue with a computer or a computer system, you know how frustrating those things can be. I just had the pleasure of talking with Michael Clark of MRC Technology, and I come away from the meeting thinking that this is the guy that can do it all. Runs a company that specializes in network and computer support, can work on most computer system issues, has over 30 years of experience in the field. Anything from virus cleanup, firewalls, security, web and email hosting, even workstation and server maintenance. This guy can get the job done for you. Windows, Macs, or Linux, you can count on them to do whatever it takes to resolve your issues. Do yourself a favor and get in contact with MRC Technology, 5050 Edison Avenue, Suite 111, right down the hall from Cosmic Broadcasting. Michael Clark, MRC Technologies. Give him a call at 719-362-0710 or check out the web at www.mrct.us.
Good day, I'm forecaster James Brown on the windy side. Once again today on the cool side, also 49 degrees, a mix of sun and clouds. Tomorrow we warm it up to about seasonal levels for this time of year, 55 degrees. And once again on the windy side, you're going to see more sunshine tomorrow. Then the rest of the 7-day period, it's a real treat. 69 degrees on the Friday. The weekend's looking good. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s. 75 degrees on Monday, 74 on Tuesday. That's your forecast. I'm forecaster James Brown. Have a good day.
I wanna L-O-V-E you feelings we can't refuse, feel like with you I can't lose, so I take
Welcome back to the Connection Puzzle Radio Show. With me today is Brandon Rice and Connor Rice from the group Kohn. You had a question right there, Len?
I've been thinking about it.
Throw him on the spot.
Sorry, I was in. Yeah, again.
I always do this to you. Come on, get used to it.
Another impromptu interview. This is awesome. I just had a question for the guys in regards to the music. I know we've already established that it's a musical family. Everybody does something. Mm-hmm. In the midst of you two working together, when did it click? At what moment did you guys go, "Hey, we got something there"?
Mm-hmm. Your answer is going to be different than mine, so if you want to give yours first.
Guys.
For me, it was the first time that we left the studio with our first song, or maybe even during that studio session when I put something onto the song and he brought something onto the song, and I was like, well, oh God, this is so much better than anything I've ever done. And Brandon hadn't done any solo stuff at that time, so it's like, he brings something, I bring something, and it's this crazy good product. And that was the That was the moment for me. Was that from the beginning, that first song?
For me, it was around the similar time, but he had brought. That wasn't the first time he had asked me to do a song with him. And growing up, he and I never got along. He was just always an antagonizer to me. So
on purpose.
You know, when he came to me and said, "I want to do a song with you," it was pretty much like, "Get out of here." You know what I mean? I'm not. No, I'm not doing that. So he brought this song to me, which was the first song that we did, which is "Party and Drink" on our EP now. And I was just happened to be sitting there watching TV, and he was sitting next to me on his laptop playing the beat. And I said, "What is that? You know, that beat is pretty cool." He said, "Oh, it's a new beat that I'm looking at. You know, what do you think about it?" And I said, "It sounds really good. I really like it." He said, "Why don't you do a song with me? Why don't you be on this one with me?" And I was like, "All right, why don't you replay the beat?" And sitting there, I said, "This is just what's coming to my mind," and it was word for word, you know, the Party and Drink chorus. And he was like, "We're going and we're recording that tomorrow." So, you know, we went to the studio and we did the whole thing. And, you know, we listened to it on the way home. But I don't think it was until because it's different when you listen to something and when other people listen to your music. You know, you're very critical of your own music, and you know anything that you work on, you're very critical of it.
Of course.
But when you have somebody else listen to it, and you have a group of other people listen to it, and every single time they do, they look at you like, "You did this? You guys did this?" And you know, that was when I started to be like, hold on, you know what I mean? Like, we might have got something here. And then the next song we did, the next song we did, the next song we did, I was like, all right, I think this might be it, you know? Because I had been through it before, you know what I mean? And it was always good, but I never felt fully prepared.
Yeah.
So now I feel like, you know, we can come into these situations with a product that speaks for itself, and then you know, when we're asked to deliver, we always do. So, you know, if I can play every single one of those songs on an acoustic guitar and sing it, you know what I mean?
Cool. Yeah.
So
no matter how pop it is,
right? No matter how pop it is, we find a way to be able to do it in the studio and then prove that we can do it out of the studio.
And where can everybody go to download? On iTunes?
Yeah, it's on iTunes, it's on CD Baby, Amazon, Google Play, any place that sells music, it's there. All you have to do is type in Kohn, Kohn. Your New Favorite Song is the name of the EP. And we have, you know, we're here in Denver shooting 2 videos. One for the music video, La La La, which is the best song off of Your New Favorite Song, the EP. And then a single, which hasn't been released yet, called Back to You, which is the best song we've ever done. And it's with him, me, Brandon, and my sister, Brittany. It's the only song we've ever done, all 3 of us together, and it's really, really good. So we're going to be shooting that, and that's going to be on iTunes as a single as well.
And didn't he supposed to let us know how it came together also?
As far as the group putting it together?
Yeah, like for you. Because when did you realize it?
I think when we came out of the studio that first time. Is that what you said?
Yeah, when we came out of the studio the first day, it was just, I knew it from there.
He didn't need anybody else telling him. I guess I did.
I was almost like blindly ambitious, and it was like this, you know, not being in college. He had a job, and other people, you know, had stuff going on for them. This was it for me. I had to make a way to make this work, and so it was such a relief when he came on, and I was able to have this product that I was finally proud of and finally able to really be like, this is mine.
Right, get behind it. Yeah.
And, you know, from the beginning, from the first day I heard that song that him and I put together, I knew.
That's really cool. I like that. So when you guys are not recording, what do you guys do on your spare time?
I work a lot. I still play out acoustically. My girlfriend and I do acoustic shows. She's a singer and a piano player as well, so I just can't seem to get away from musical people. And you know, we both enjoy writing. I enjoy writing. It's not a cliche answer. I really, truly enjoy it. Spending time together with our friends and things like that. But we've been lucky and blessed enough to, and I say it all the time, my hobbies are my profession. You know what I mean? So even when I'm not working, I'm still doing all the same things that I do when I am working. You know, so it's just no days off. You know, hair, music, just
But they
living
don't.
it.
But they feel like days off.
Yeah, I mean, it never feels like,
It never feels like work.
Right.
Yeah, it's like Donald
What do
Trump
they
said.
say?
It's like Donald Trump says, when
Yeah.
you do what you love, you never
never
work
work
a day in
a
your
day.
life.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
Right. So like, technically we're here working in Denver, but we're
feels-
shooting
yeah.
we're
You're
shooting
shooting
music
a video.
videos. We're
Right.
talking to you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing cool. We go-karted yesterday and lit smoke bombs and,
that's funny.
we rode bikes. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even tell you the last time I rode a bike and a longboard.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was
Nice.
just like, and
That
we
was
were,
our job.
we were at work.
Yeah.
So
That was our job yesterday.
it's really cool.
It's just
It's surreal.
For me, on my downtime, I'm really into I was high school basketball, high school soccer, high school football. So I still play basketball as much as I can, stay in shape, and I'm
All 5, 6 of them.
all 5, 6. I also spend a great deal of time. I'm really, really into the business behind the music, the marketing, all of that kind of stuff. I think that Brandon might have a little bit more of a better sense of the more of the musical stuff, and I think that I have a great sense of the marketing and the business. And so whenever I'm not working on literally in the studio making music, I'm working on stuff that's still gonna better and further the career. So whether that's commenting on YouTube videos of girls that are doing stuff, or trying to get more fans, and it's just constant. My whole life is dedicated to this, to the Kohn act.
So do you find that the hardest thing to do is more the marketing, social media of it?
I don't think that none of it's really. I guess that's the
I think that
hardest.
it's more
The stuff
so
that's
out
not
of
in
our control.
Yeah.
We say that all the time. I think that the music side of it comes naturally, so it never seems too hard. I feel like sometimes we can overthink it, and he and I both, fall victim to that, especially when we know we have a deadline or something like that. It's like, nothing's coming out. Oh my God, I can't think of anything for this chorus. And it's because we're putting so much pressure. It's so much easier when we just relax and let it come naturally. So the musical side of it comes a lot more naturally, but the business side of it certainly takes a lot more thought and some caress.
Stuff.
You know what I mean?
There's stuff that we can't control.
Yeah.
We could come up with a marketing tactic, and at the end of the day, it's just how it hits the market.
Right. Or I mean, we could not be accepted by the public.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's a real thing that a lot of artists go through. We've been lucky enough to be very accepted by the public so far, and on our demographic. But it's something that we have to always be conscious of and always try and stay in front of. So, like Kohner said, and he is very good at marketing and advertising, and remaining close with the fans. I think that's the most important thing. Is we want to build a relationship with each individual fan if we possibly could.
Do you guys ever get emails or letters?
No, we don't get letters or emails, but we follow. If we follow one of our fans or something, it's a constant, because they can message you at that point.
Right.
It's just
Like on Facebook,
it's
right?
constant every day.
So it's like screenshots of us following them, saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe they're following us." It's comments on our Instagrams and our Twitters and our Facebooks and things like that. So I think that is the new that's the new mail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, it is.
So
That's the new letter.
in 2014, yes, we get tons of letters, but they are just so happen to be comments on our social media.
Yeah, and I think that what Brandon said with the social media is just it's a whole different game now, and it's something that we're still adjusting to, because it's not only new to us, but it's new to everyone.
Right.
And but it's fun, and it's not. If that's our biggest problem, that's a great problem.
That is a good problem.
Because our fans are so devoted that they want to talk to us, and they want to let us know how much that they like the music, and that's so rewarding for us. I think that it's really cool that the music means so much to them too. I see it with a lot of acts that are popular now. They get pegged as being more of a brand than a band.
Great.
And
I agree.
I think that it's really cool to see from the grassroots, from the jump right now, people are commenting that they love the music so much, which is the entire reason we're here. It's the whole reason.
I don't care if you like me.
Right.
Yeah, just like the music.
Just like the song.
Yeah.
I just think it's great, guys, that you guys are doing this together, and then you're taking your time, not rushing, because a lot of bands, they rush. They just want that fame right off the bat, and then they don't have time to catch catch a breath.
Right.
And the fact that you guys are taking your time and just structuring it.
Well, I think it means more to us. Like, the fame doesn't necessarily mean everything. You know what I mean?
You're right about
and I
that.
think that is why we've approached it the way that we've approached it, because we want it to be sincere and we want to be accepted for our work. So we want to keep everything very relatable, and everything that we write about is things, the things that are going on in our lives, or things that we feel, and things that we know everyone else feels. And I think we get a lot of enjoyment from seeing our songs connect with other people, and that is more important to us than the spotlight. You know what I mean?
I totally know what you mean.
I've answered in interviews before where they said, "Are you excited to be famous?" And I said, I don't want to be famous. I want to be successful. And I think that what you said before about really taking your time, making sure everything's okay, laying the groundwork. Yes. We're building a career that should have longevity, that should be able to last long.
And if fame comes along with that,
right?
Great.
Yeah, that's great.
But it's not. That's not the driving force here.
Right.
I think it's the most important thing.
We're doing this to be able to do this for a long time. We don't want to be a flash.
And it's because we love it.
Yeah.
It's in our blood. It's what we are made to do. You know what I mean? And when that is true, I don't think there's any denying it. So. We're going to do this no matter what. We're going to continue to do it no matter what. And if we can, reach thousands and millions of people in the meantime, then that'd be amazing.
That would be really amazing.
So take us 5-10 years from now. Where do you see yourselves?
For me, I want to do the Kohn Act, and then have that be an established thing, take it as far as we can. After that, I'd like Brandon to, be able to make his own solo stuff. I want to be able to collaborate with other artists, really work it as far as we can. I'm really, and I know he is actually interested in it too, interested in acting a great deal. We want to have almost a Justin Timberlake-esque career where we could...
That'd be cool.
Where we could be making music.
Where he just literally never stops working.
Right. And everything that guy does turns to gold.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But that's that's the real model for where I want to be, is be able to make music and do movies, and he has his hand in so many things that are MySpace and just cool stuff. I want to have a life like that.
Right.
But for me, I think it's
I'll never stop doing hair, by the way. So
I won't ever stop doing hair.
By the way, you have nice hair.
Thank you very much. I do it myself.
I like it.
For me, I won't ever stop doing hair. I love doing hair. But it's also, I'd like to be in a position in where I can provide for my family. That's very, very important to me. I'd like to, one of my main goals for doing this and reasons for doing this is so that I can give my family a life that they'll never forget. You know what I mean? Whether it be my little brothers and sisters or something like that. If I can, do something in which we can all see the world, you know what I mean? And experience a life that's, just absolutely amazing, then that's why I want to do it. So providing for my family is a big goal. And then, like Kohner said, acting, I'd love to get into producing and songwriting, and I would like to help other artists achieve their goals as well. So that for me is probably, my main goal.
Yeah, I'm already very interested in taking an artist and applying all of the stuff the formula that we've...
Yeah, we're working our formula out to see if it works. And then once we get through it, we'll say, that worked, let's do it for other people.
Yes, I know what you mean.
I'm interested in that kind of stuff.
I like it that you guys are very much into your family.
Oh, yeah. It's
Believe me, sometimes they don't give us a choice. But it's very true when they say you can't pick your family, but we've made the best of it, I think is
we're really close.
We're a bit different.
Yeah, we're constantly joking with each other. We're insanely open. And I go to a lot of my friends' houses, and I don't see that as much. And I feel like we think that what we have is normal, and
Or abnormal. I don't know which one it is.
We can't really determine because the way that we are with each other, we just distinguish as normal.
And we don't know anything else.
Yeah.
I think for me it was my parents had me very young, and I've seen my father go through many ups and downs. We've gone from, I remember going from nothing to something to nothing again. For me it was, I would love to give back to my father and to my parents, and show them how much I appreciate everything they've done for me, all the support they've given me throughout the years, and show them that, you did it for something, it worked, and here you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think, Brandon and I have had conversations before. We're both really, really interested in, creative ways to give back to everybody. And this isn't just the last thing on our mind is the fast cars and while that stuff would be cool.
It's still on my mind. Yeah.
Well, that stuff is cool. Right. There's a much bigger picture going on here, and it's the theme is generosity.
Right. And I think you have to become a big enough public figure in order to get people to listen to you. But once we can achieve that and get people to listen, what we want to talk about is relevant and something that is going to give back, whether it be anti-bullying or
stuff that we've gone through,
anti-drugs and things like that. We want to be able to give back and be able to talk to young children and things like that and help them the best they can. But what we're doing right now is trying to get high enough that we can go, hey guys,
that our voice matters.
Listen. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at right now. But we do have goals, and we want to be able to give back in that way.
That is really cool.
I want to put you guys in a dream sequence because I know a lot of the listeners are going to want to know. You're on stage, you're in concert, you're doing your thing, and from the curtain or coming up on the stage comes a person or a group whom you've wanted to collab with ever since you started. Who is it? Who are they? And why?
Yes, please tell us.
Oh my God! For me, it's Prince.
Yeah.
That's such a hard question.
I think that
he was very talented.
Oh my God, the guy is just
brilliant.
He's got to be one of the most awkward human beings on the planet. And Prince, I know you're listening right now, so I apologize. But the guy is just the epitome of genius.
Yes,
you know what I mean? And he has strayed, I think, a little bit back and forth, but that Purple Rain and Prince is just, he and Michael, I think, changed things forever. And,
especially for us.
The people that we look up to now, like Justin Timberlake, I think if you were to ask him, he would say the same thing. His influences have to be Michael Jackson and Prince, amongst many others. But for me, just to meet him, I have Prince, Lenny Kravitz, Jared Leto from 30 Seconds to Mars I absolutely love, and he's a humongous influence to me. Those, three guys, if I were to ever even be in the same room with them, I don't get starstruck, I'd be starstruck.
That's a main set of guitars there, man.
It is, yes.
That's amazing.
I know, isn't it?
What would you ask them?
I don't know. I mean,
is there any?
Can you sign my arm?
Right.
Can you sign my
forehead?
Yeah, can you sign my forehead?
I think that I've always thought, like, if I got to meet these people, what would I do? And I would try my hardest not to be a crazy fan. You know what I mean? And because I'm a firm believer that, like, no matter who it is, you treat them like a human being first.
Exactly.
And I think that gets you farther than treating them like an object. No matter who or what we're talking about, to just have a conversation, one-on-one, human, I want to get to know you, you know what I mean? That's it. I would try my hardest to do that. But I can't say that I wouldn't be like, oh my God, you know what I mean?
Yes,
you're Prince. You know you're Prince, right?
Yeah.
For me, it would be for me it'd be Michael. But like I always say to Brandon, it's really frustrating that no matter what I do, no matter how much success I get in my career, I'll never be able to meet my idol.
I know
that really upsets me. But Prince is another huge one for me specifically. Will.i.am is he's up there. It's what he's done with the Black Eyed Peas and what he's done on his solo career and stuff is something that it applies to me very specifically. It just influenced the way that I want to make music a lot. So Will.i.am is a huge one. One Direction I really like. musically, Justin Bieber. You know.
What about those boys on your shirt? What if the Stones came out?
Yeah.
The Stones, to be
I'm gonna be honest,
I was never a huge Rolling Stones fan.
Really?
No, I mean, I love
Shelter.
I love the Beatles. I love the Beatles. I just never, and I get a lot of that, like, what? You know what I mean?
Like I just
you
did too.
play guitar and you don't like the Rolling Stones? How's that possible? I love that shirt, which is why I bought it. But, as far as, like, the Rolling Stones, I appreciate it. But, I'd be thrilled to meet them, you know what I mean? Because, they're idols, they're icons. It'd be amazing. But, the music didn't speak to me the same way that other music has spoken to me. You know what I guess is the best and most polite way to put it.
I think that's the beautiful thing about music is that and one of the things that is, people always say to us, that especially with social media, you're in a position where people now could just comment on your stuff saying they hate your music and that kind of stuff. But for me, like, I think it's nice because you don't have to always like.
No, you don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
That.
No.
If it hit, people ask me, "Do you like this person?" I'll be like, I don't know them as a person. As far as their music, I didn't. It wasn't something that I go and listen to on the regular. But
that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay, and that's fine.
If you talk about our music that way, that's okay.
Yeah, you don't have to like it, but for the people who do, we love you back.
Yes, exactly.
Thanks for listening.
And you have to get to the point where, not everybody's going to like you.
No,
exactly.
But you have to love yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing.
That is very important.
And that's why it's important to lay that groundwork now and to understand. Listen, everyone's not going to like it, and you have to find a way to deal with that.
Exactly. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming.
You.
Will you guys come back again?
Absolutely.
Or call in?
As much as you want.
Oh, I would love that.
We're going to come back to Denver so we can feel this head-crushing feeling.
And you guys are filming later tonight? Your music video?
We're going to be filming for the next 3 days.
Yep, we just shot the La 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 music video with Andrea Russett, social media
She's
phenom.
going to kill you.
She's
going to kill you because you just called her Andrea.
Andrea
Russett.
Andrea Russett. And then we're filming tonight with Chantal Jeffries.
Yeah, so we're very excited, and we appreciate both of their contribution to the work. So it's going to be great. Yeah, we can't wait to share the music videos as well as the new single "Back to You" with all the fans, and it's going to be really cool.
And I hear there's a rumor that Justin Bieber's girlfriend is in town.
I don't know what. I don't know.
That rumor. Why do these rumors go around?
I'm not sure. I'd like to put that label on it.
Stacey, are you working for Deadspin again?
Yeah. We're gonna have TMZ here or something like that. We've seen pictures of them together. What their situation is, I'm not completely sure. But
we don't need to know.
She's been in his company. Yeah.
Right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed
appreciate
this.
it.
All right, this has been the Connection Puzzle Radio Show, and look for the Kohn Group at facebook.com/KOHN Music. And thanks, Connor and Brandon.
Thank you.
Hey guys, before you leave, can you give us a quick tag out who you are and just say this is CosmicBroadcasting.com?
Sure. Yeah, of course. This is Kohn, and you're listening to CosmicBroadcasting.com.